Hey yo, Unc is off the chain. Stephen A. This is 2 days old, but hey shit, old T, new T, old T. I catch up with it, nigga. Stephen A. Smith is talking that cloth talk, and I'm like, he called Jason Whitlock a bitch. If you don't know who Jason Whitlock is, he's a reporter for one of these fucking sports analysts. But I'm like, I know he didn't say this on first take. That's owned by Disney. They ain't gonna have Stephen A. crash out and be on demon time on first take. But then I realized Stephen A. Smith got his own show. He got his own show, so he could talk a little bit spicy. And boy, he was talking spicy. He called Jason Whitlock a bitch. This fucking fucked up hairline, this fucked up Stephen A. Smith with his fucking hairline. You know that shit go up to here. I ain't never hear this nigga curse a day in my life. He called that man a bitch. He talking like that?
Stephen A. Smith's response to Whitlock, he mentioned an email where Whitlock begged him for forgiveness after writing a negative story about him. Take a look.
While you were on Blaze TV, spewing that bullshit to people, did you tell him that?
I'm sorry, before we go deep into the video, because this gonna get spicy. This nigga got 2 foreheads. God damn. You can spell Giannis Antetokounmpo on his fucking forehead. God damn that motherfucker. Ooh, you need to let that go, Unc. You need to let that go, Unc. But he get into that bag. I fuck with Stephen A. I'm just fucking around. I'm just joking.
Tell them how you stood outside of First Take begging me to talk to you.
Oh shit.
Did you tell them that once this same article in Deadspin came out, weeks later you wrote a lengthy apology to me in an email, begging me to forgive you, pointing out how you were betrayed by this particular writer, so you know how I must feel that you betrayed me? Did you tell the folks that, you bitch? Did you tell them?
He called him a bitch. He called him a bitch.
Tell them, you fat piece of shit.
After hearing Stephen...
Nah, Unc on timing. Unc is on timing. Yeah, he's on timing. He's on timing. He's on timing. He's on timing. He is on timing. He's on timing. Yo, I've never heard him say that shit before.
In his comments, Jason Whitlock revealed the full email on his show. He also provided more context about the email and why he sent it. Take a listen here.
My experience at ESPN.
It looked like he lost a little bit of weight. It looked like he Whitlock. Yeah, he. From what I remember, he used to be fucking bigger than this. That nigga used to look like Snorlax when I used to watch him. He looked like he lost a little bit of weight.
In 2013 and 14,
I could be wrong.
Made me do a lot of reflecting on my life and the way that I've conducted myself. Made me ask a lot of questions like, wow, why do people, this response, this visceral hatred, this, how could I be helping a young person and that person be killing me in print the next day? And it made me say, have I ever done that?
Nigga, you know what you did, nigga.
And I had to...
But why they beefing? Because somebody wrote a false report on Steve. Because he reported something on Steven. What the fuck are they beefing about? They got the same fucking job. Kinda.
Admit to myself, oh man, this is what Stephen A. Smith probably felt like when I wrote a piece for Fox Sports criticizing him for using the N-word live on air. It wasn't that Stephen A. Smith...
That's it? That's what these niggas is mad about?
Smith had been helping me or anything like that, but Stephen A. Smith had every right to think at that time, hey, me and Jason Whitlock are friends. So I think we're going to put the email up on screen. I'm certainly going to read it to you. Stephen, this apology is long overdue. This week, a young African-American writer I considered a friend and someone whose career I'd taken an interest in took a public pot shot at me at Deadspin. I was devastated. I talked to this kid frequently, twice a month. I'd communicated with him the day before he took the pot shot at me. He never said a word, never warned me.
Nah, Stephen A., as much shit talking you be talking towards athletes, saying that they fucking trash, saying that they garbage, saying that they ass. So come on, bro. You know how many fucking athletes be mad at Stephen A. Smith? I don't be mad at Stephen A. Smith because he critiqued their game on the court. But, nigga, you was going at Kawambi Brown like a motherfucker. He was going crazy on Kawambi Brown. Crazy. Like it got personal sometimes. So now when somebody critique you, it's a problem? Nah. If you can critique a whole bunch of athletes on the court, why can't people critique what you do? Nah, I get it. He don't play no fucking basketball. What the fuck? Somebody speeding the Hellcat? Now, I get that Stephen A. doesn't fucking, he don't play ball like that or nothing like that. But, still, critique is critique, whether it's in the media space or whether it's on the court. So now that you got somebody that's critiquing your game, you getting upset? Imagine how the athletes felt. So nah, if this is the reason why he's upset, this is fucking hypocritical. Although calling Jason Whitlock fat is fucking funny.
It was coming. I've known this kid for a year. In my depression and disappointment, I thought of you. I asked myself if this is how Stephen A. Smith felt reading my column at Fox Sports. I became more depressed. And although the circumstances are different in these two scenarios, one thing is accurate. When I wrote that column for Fox Sports, I considered you a friend. I was appreciative of our friendship and the loyalty you had shown me over the years, particularly when you and Chris Broussard publicly defended my reporting on Billy Hunter and Derek Fisher. I owed you a phone call before I wrote that column. I owed you an explanation before I wrote that column. I owed you that respect. I also owed you a more compassionate column. I regret not giving it to you. Whether you accept this apology or not, I give it with all sincerity and no expectations. I'm sorry, Whitlock. That's the email. Not begging this dude for a job. I'm offering him a sincere apology. I'm taking personal.
He kept it a bean. He kept it a bean. If that's the real email, it don't seem like he was fucking begging.
Stock of me and my behavior and asking myself, man, this Greg Howard just did something that really offended me and hurt me. Have I ever done that? And I said, yeah, to some degree you did that to Stephen A. Smith.
In defense of Whitlock, assuming that that's the actual email, and I don't know why he would lie, he knows Stephen A. has a copy of it, but he definitely wasn't begging for forgiveness.
Yeah, it don't seem like he begging.
He even mentioned that whether or not Stephen A. accepted his apology didn't matter. But in Whitlock's statements around the email, he kind of admitted some of Stephen A.'s points as well. He said his time at ESPN made him reflect on how he could do things better. He didn't get along with most of his colleagues, and he was banned from multiple shows at multiple networks. I'll give Jason Whitlock some credit. He seems to be a lot more open than Stephen A. Smith. He directly addressed every negative thing that Stephen A. said, and he even admitted some of his wrongdoings. Stephen A. hasn't done that. He hasn't addressed...
Yeah, he never does that shit. That nigga can't be wrong even if he wanted to. He could be loud and fucking wrong and use all these fucking big words. Nigga, you're still wrong. I think in this situation, you might be wrong, bro. Because I guess he thought that if I call him out for sending me an email for him apologizing, that it was going to make him look a certain type of way. But he stood in front of it and he... Well, no pun intended, because Jason Whitlock is too big to stand in front of anything. But anyway, he stood in front of it and he was like, yo, you know what? Yeah, I emailed him. I apologize. I wasn't begging for him to accept my apology, but I apologized to him. When you keep it 100 and when you tell the truth and you have receipts of the truth, what more can Stephen A. Smith say? Now Stephen A. look petty, and he's coming off as emotional. Somebody critiqued you for whatever reason, but Stephen A. Smith has always critiqued athletes. So you can critique everybody in the world, but when somebody critique you, you feel some type of way because y'all friends? Nah.
Anything in the memoir, the 17 shots in a row, the 1.5 points per game in one game, the time he got a full scholarship in one tryout, or any of the accusations made by Whitlock. He went straight to personal attacks and bragging about his resume. And again, I'm not siding with anybody in this. I've just watched both responses in full, and some things Jason Whitlock has done better than Stephen A. But as Stephen A. has pointed out, some of Whitlock's own decisions are why so many don't want to work with him in the industry. But that's all I have for this video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of Jason Whitlock revealing the email he sent to Stephen A. Smith. And don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe for more content just like this.
That's crazy. NBA players are beefing. NBA analysts are beefing. I never thought in 2024 you get two analysts that got smoke with each other. They ain't gonna do shit when they see each other. But I don't know. I haven't watched Jason Whitlock in a long ass time. I watch Stephen A. little bit more here and there. I don't watch neither of them. Nigga, Shannon Sharp is taking over all of this shit ever since that Cat Williams interview dropped. He's shitting on all y'all niggas. This is Shay Sharp 2024, nigga. Who the fuck? But I do like that Stephen A. Smith got his own platform and he could, speak a little bit more and he could be a little bit more blunt. But other than that, I don't know. What y'all think in the comments? Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. As always, like, comment, subscribe. I'm out. That nigga called him fat. That's crazy.